The next one to delight us is Toastmaster Uroosa. She's our club's PR booster, a freelancer and a necromancer. Underestimate her and you are the loser. Speakathon, speakathon. We aren't done yet. Toastmaster Imran, please lay out the specs.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, Toastmaster Uroosa is delivering his speech. Oh, sorry, her speech. Presentation Mastery?
Yeah.
Yes. From Presentation Mastery, level 1, Researching and Presenting. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. About the speech, the member will present a well-organized, well-delivered speech. The speech is informational. The speech, content and style should work well together. The project is not a report on the content of the researching and presenting project. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. Please welcome Toastmaster Uroosa. And the speech title is An Aromatic Journey. Please welcome Toastmaster Uroosa.
Aromatic history.
Aromatic history. Okay. My mistake.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, what is the similarity between the Grand Cafe, the monks of 9th century and the Ottoman Empire?
They also have tea.
That is one similarity, but there is another maybe. Okay, let me give you another shot at this. They also have something in common with Starbucks and our menu.
Coffee?
Coffee. It is one of the oldest drinks of mankind, and well, it is second oldest to alcohol. We brewed it earlier. And tea is also younger than coffee. So today we will be doing a small historical roundup, aromatic historical roundup on coffee. And for those of you who have been nice enough to look up coffee, you've got your priorities set straight. So let's start with the origins. The origin of coffee are shrouded in a lot of folklore, a lot of legends. So let's pick up a legend in 9th century. A man named Kaldi, he was herding his goats in the forest of Ethiopia. In 9th century, Ethiopia was called Ethiopia. And his goats suddenly found a small cherry-like thing growing widely in the forest. And after eating that, the goats started bleating widely. Now, Kaldi found the source. He ate it himself. And he felt very invigorated. Now, unable to explain all this phenomena, he took a handful to the monks nearby in a monastery and told them the whole story. The monks were not impressed by this story. And thinking it was the devil's work, they threw the whole bunch into the fire burning nearby. Now, after burning in the fire, which we now know as roasting, a bewitching aroma started coming through. The monks were now curious about what is happening. And they sent Kaldi away, not wishing to show him that they are curious and interested. Poor Kaldi, he never got his answers. But they decided to investigate the whole thing further and eventually brewed coffee in the 9th century. And as the legend goes, they enjoyed coffee for the rest of the time to come. But a written account of coffee was never available till the 1400s. And by the 1500s, coffee was available and doing its rounds in Makkah. In Makkah, it was given the name kahwa or gawa. Unfortunately, the same word was used for wine also. And you see the process of extracting the bean also renders a pulp, which can be fermented, and a potent liquor can be extracted. So the governor of Makkah decided that coffee might be causing a little intoxication among the people. So he decided to ban coffee and all the places selling coffee. But the Grand Mufti was not very happy with that decision, and the Sultan of Cairo, who was ruling, he was also not very happy with that decision. So the Grand Mufti decided to overturn the ruling, and finally everyone got to enjoy it. So the moral of the story is never to stop the boss's supply of coffee. By the 1600s, coffee was finally available in the East, the Greater India, and by mid-1600s, coffee was available in Oxford University. The first coffee house was opened in Oxford University, and students started binging on coffee, and the caffeinated all-nighter was born. People like Robert Boyle visited and came out of that coffee house, and all sorts of ideas and theories were born. That coffee house today is called the Grand Cafe. By 17 and 1800s, there was a lot of trade about coffee going on throughout the world. But there was one thing that people never wanted to do, was to trade the small coffee plant. So there was only one way people could take that plant across the country or across the world, was smuggling, stealing, and then replanting. So it is, a story goes that there was a sprout or a sapling taken from a tree in Paris, all across the Caribbean, and now the whole plantation in the Caribbean, North Americas and South Americas owes itself to that small plant taken by a Frenchman from Paris. Now comes the 1900s. 1900s saw advancement in technique. Drip coffee, freeze-dried coffee, the Nescafe that we drink every day, and 1900s. The Brazilians were cultivating coffee on large scale. So they approached Nestle. They wanted to know what they could do about the surplus that they were cultivating. So Nescafe set out. They went to Switzerland. They opened a facility. For 7 years they researched, and they came up with freeze-dried coffee, Nescafe. Now Starbucks was also born. And now we have come to 2019 with Starbucks, the biggest chain, Ethiopia, the biggest country that is exporting with a number of variety of beans. So what would you like to have? Oh, good old cow, the new coffee, or something in between? Over to you.
Though I can clearly see my wife, coffee is the love of my life.